Alright, so I just deleted like about 356 more good up pictures and 10 videos just to make this video here, right? This one little video here. I mean, a long time my friends have been saying start blogging, but that's not my thing. I just really not interested in the whole keeping up with it and having fans, etc., etc. No, but however, I decided to make this video here because I think it is timely. It's based on a serious matter, and I think that some a layman need to talk about it. I need to talk about it, right? It has to do with deal with the trade relations and just the sort of bitterness that's taking place between Trinidadians and Jamaicans at this point in time. I'm sick and tired of it. As a matter of fact, as Wally British really say, the people then is tired. And technically speaking, these politicians need to learn some tack and they need to get the acts together, right? It's this video is long in coming because I've been seeing from way back from last year, a lot of Jamaicans saying some nasty things about Trinidadians because, well, I don't even need to repeat them. And Trinidadians have been saying some nasty things, and I just don't think it's warranted because technically speaking, we are so small. Combined, the Caribbean is so small, and we are not trying to even live as one. Uh, what I don't understand, the Caribbean as a unit is so much stronger than we really think that we are. We are underestimating our potential. We are well endowed with so many resources, in our own little way, and we are not trying to seek advantages in that regard. We're not trying to work together. We're not trying to assist others to ensure that they improve their systems there, whether it's a phytosanitary or any of their systems. Um, so that we can actually trade externally as a group. I mean, yes, we have our little treaties and we have our what's the word, our whatever policies that would protect us within the Caribbean here. But I think that we are cheating ourselves. Yes, politicians have a social responsibility to their constituents, but you also have a social responsibility to CARICOM. Our forefathers set the path, and we can make it happen. All these trade wars and all these immigration issues that we are having, it is really time that we get our act together about it. You know, I remember I was coming into Trinidad to Jamaica one time. I was with a group of my fellow colleagues from the University of the West Indies. I was actually a student leader, and immigration in Jamaica here did not allow. They knew we knew we were staying at the University of the West Indies, but they did not allow us to clear immigration until we told them exactly what hall we were staying on. Just staying in the University of the West Indies was just not good enough. You understand? I remember I have a friend, her boyfriend was studying, they were on vacation and they were going to Bahamas, but you had to land in Jamaica and you had to clear immigration as your first point of landing after leaving Trinidad. And he had probably like 2 or 3 months left on his passport, and I guess he wanted to use it before he had to renew his passport. And Jamaica denied him entry and sent him back home, and my friend was here, so I mean, all immigration without even being understanding that they're going on vacation, and I mean, like Bahamas turn them back, and that was my thinking. But at the end of the day, the immigration officers have a responsibility on their own, and they are trained, and I believe that they receive ample training. But we have to remember that personalities get involved, you know. And I also believe that they have to be responsible as well, because when you're on duty, you're supposed to be acting professionally, and in acting professionally, persons who you interact with should not be hearing little comments and little side notes about what you may think as an average layman about Jamaicans or Trinidadians or what have you. It really, really, really isn't nice. And I'd like to say this: I am very tired. I am a Trinidadian living in Jamaica for over 4 years, and I have a skill certificate, the CSMA certificate, and the movement of labor and goods and services. Well, I'm speaking specifically right now to labor. It is for skilled labor. You get the CSME certificate. This CSME certificate allows you to get into the country. You have 6 months in which to look for a job, as far as I know. right? So as long as you have your CSME certificate, you're able to enter into a country to seek employment. Now, from what I'm hearing on the, average, layman speaking, or from through friends or through extension, I don't even know how to explain that. But the point is, I've been hearing that there are a lot of Jamaicans who are in Trinidad working below, they're probably being paid off the records. I don't know. What you hear persons talking about these things, and as I remember, I was talking to Dr. Derek Deslandes, and he indicated to me, as like, Latoya, sometimes these are the price. This is the price. Sometimes you have to pay for development. Trinidad is doing very well economically, and you would find that persons would will flock into Trinidad similarly to how they will flock to America and England to seek employment, because as Trinidadians become more educated, you find that there are certain jobs that they may not want to take, and this is just a price we have to pay for development, right? So while we have our politicians in Trinidad have a social responsibility. Yes, this is what is taking place, but we must have some tact in how we deal with these things. And this is Trinidad is not the godfather, and Trinidad is not an ATM machine, and Trinidad this and Trinidad that. I mean, we have to have a responsibility. You have to learn how to massage egos. Jamaicans are very proud people. Trinidadians are very proud people, right? So we're not going to eat, none of us are going to take this lying down. Now, I mean, I saw a comment, and I'm being tagged in it very often, and I'd like my friends to stop, right? A girl named Whitney Flawless, she started some, or she made a comment, and the comment was very uneducated and ignorant. But the thing is, I mean, I have seen nobody could cuss like a Jamaican, and I have seen some very, very, very nasty comments being made after the first set of persons, the first 13, were denied entry into Trinidad. And I didn't say anything. I'm not going to forward something like that or make a scene, because at the end of the day, not everybody understand exactly what it is they're doing, and sometimes it's of a closed-mindedness or even of a ignorance or anger. I don't know. But, and I think that this Whitney Flawless girl, I think her comment should be treated as such. You know, it hurts me to see that, UWI graduates who have been exposed to non-nationals, or have been exposed to Trinidadians, who know how warm and loving that we are encouraging and building a sort of anger off of this comment that this girl has made. It's unfortunate. And as we speak to social media, I think that we use social media sometimes for the wrong thing. And as I reach media, let's talk about media. I think that the media has a responsibility to citizens as well. And I think that they play a major role in perpetuating and encouraging all this sort of bad blood that is taking place between Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica. The media, you all need to be responsible in how you all act and how you all deal with people and how you all communicate what is taking place in Jamaica and in Trinidad. You all literally take a story and juice it up and beef it up, and because we don't know what is going on the ground in Trinidad or in Jamaica, we have to take your word for it, and sometimes it is far from the truth. And I think that you all have a responsibility, and you all are playing a big role in creating this rift or encouraging this rift. You understand? And I really think that it is unfortunate. Right? Now, I want to say Jamaica is a very beautiful place. Jamaica has a lot of nice beaches. Jamaica has an excellent nightlife. Trinidad has Tobago has a very beautiful beaches. Trinidad and Tobago have a very out of this world nightlife. And I'm tired of hearing this. So much. Yes, Trinidad. So much Trinidad products on the Jamaican shelf. Yes, Trinidad highly dependent on Jamaica, and if Jamaica stop importing from Trinidad not going to be able to perform as they should, etc., etc. And yes, Jamaica is dependent on Trinidad. Yes, Jamaican artists, dancehall artists, reggae artists make a lot of money. You could probably get the biggest breaks in Trinidad, you know. But I am tired of hearing that. I really, really tired. I'm tired, and I say I'm tired mainly because it it we have to understand that we are dependent on each other whether we like it or not. We have two strong set of cultures, right? And what if Jamaica stops importing our products? Politicians, you all are there for 5 years. This 5 year syndrome and what could be done in 5 years. I am tired of it. What about looking at the better good or the or looking at benefits that could last much longer than the 5 years that you all are in power, that you all have been elected by us? I mean, I'm appealing to you all. You all have a responsibility to your citizens. You have a responsibility to CARICOM. You know, this is ridiculous. You all need to get all your act together, right? Every day I hear in, you know, Trini people don't like Jamaicans, you know, so I not go down there so. But you know, I want to go a carnival. Jamaicans have been embracing carnival. Trinidadians have been embracing dancehall. Dancehall play on the radio and in parties even more than soca outside of soca season, right? Whatever issues have been at the level of the politicians who we put there to represent us, right? We have to take control of it as citizens, and we have to let them know that they cannot be acting like this. They cannot be representing us and not even have some tact or some diplomacy. I'm sure they have been receiving a lot of training on that, and I am sick and tired of it, right? As far as I'm concerned, Trinidadian, the politicians who are responsible for dealing with these immigration and trade issues, you all need to sit down and be big man about it and deal with the issue at its core. We both need each other. And I'm sick and tired of all this who is dependent on who and who is not dependent on who and who what and what. No, it is annoying. It is frustrating. It is frustrating as a professional who just want to see the two islands grow together and CARICOM, because I have so much faith in CARICOM. I often tell people I am a born Trinidadian, right? I'm CARICOM by design and I'm international by, no, what it is? I'm CARICOM by choice and international by design, right? And I want to see CARICOM grow. I have so many friends across the Caribbean. I could set foot on a plane and land anywhere and just make a call, and I know that I have a CARICOM sister or brother who will be there waiting on me to show me a good time in any country island that I set foot in. I'm sick and tired of these politicians that are creating all this beef and all this bad blood. And you know the persons that have been affected the most? The persons who are not exposed, to non-nationals, to know that, all right, it's really the politicians that creating this set of warfare here. Because yes, while the immigration officers may do their work, the politicians not dealing with the situation properly, and I'm sick and tired of it. The egos need to go. And if you can't let go of the ego, massage some egos. Because I do not understand what is going on. And I mean, it is going to continue until we may all sever ties. Why do we have to reach to that? Why can't we sit and deal with the situation at hand? You understand what I'm saying? Trinidad, you have to get your act together as it relates to this. I understand, but I'm a Trinidadian and I know how it feels, and I know that with having illegal persons in the country, it can put pressure on our systems. But at the same time, we have to know how we communicate these things to our brothers and sisters. We cannot afford to create any bad blood. We're supposed to be one of the leaders in the Caribbean. It coming like you're treating it's like a stepchild. You're treating a stepchild bad or something of the sort. You cannot do that, right? And I am making this blog here. I want it to go viral. I don't care. I want my politicians to hear this. I want you all to know that me as a citizen, a Trinidadian citizen, who is living in Jamaica for about 4 years, I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I just want us to work together. I just want Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica to work together, along with the rest of the Caribbean. We are stronger than we think, and I want this 5 year syndrome to come out of the way. Because if it is we start to think about our citizens, we would be in a much better position. Look at the crime. Persons are thinking about Ebola more than they're thinking about the crime situation. As far as I'm concerned, and I mean this might be a unpopular thought, but I think Trinidadians deserve, or they need to earn, carnival next year. It's not about Ebola, it's about crime. If it is your say, if the crime level, I know you can't really measure it, but if we don't have a curb in the crime level, there'll be no carnival. Bet your last dollar, we Trinidad going to be safer. Bet your last dollar, and I could bet, I'll bet my whole paycheck, Trinidad is going to be safer. You know, we need to focus on the crime, focus on the right things. You know, it is really unfortunate that we have to be going through this set of things, and it's really unfortunate that social media is there to make the comments of the uneducated known. And I am appealing to all, right, to be responsible. I'm appealing to all. If you want to, you know, move to the Caribbean, this is the opportunity. Become skilled. There are so many skills that you can. You don't have to go and get a degree from the University of the West Indies, UTech or UTT. You could go a trade. Jamaican artists, whether you're artist, you're musician, you know, you're chef. These are skilled jobs, and you have the opportunity to move, right? So let us all be responsible as a people, as CARICOM people. I don't know how to appeal anymore, but I just want my politicians to know that I am sick and tired of this entire situation. And to my friends who are encouraging all this set of bad blood and who know, I mean, I'm a Trinidadian, you have a problem with me. You know that we Trinidadians and and y'all Jamaicans, we can live and we can coexist together, right? We wine on a dagger. You know, we need to get our act together. We need to work together. We need each other. We love each other. You know, the set of airy fairy, unnecessary argument and bitterness among the people, it needs to stop. And the responsibility lies with us. Alright, so that's all I have to say. And I hope that I can get through to somebody. And yeah, I hope it really stops.